Okay, I think we're live. So, it's gonna give it a second for everything to kick in. I don't know when it's gonna pick up myself talking, but I'm not doing a stream intro video or anything since I'm already here. So, we find ourselves on another Friday night, another night stream. Time it's less dark in this room, but I think I actually might turn the lights down. I'm gonna do that exactly, actually. Wait for it. Now we got ourselves a backdrop. It's nice. I have some RGB strip lights that I should probably set up at some point, but I was saving that for when I get my own place. But whatever, I digress. How you guys all doing? We're here to do another GT3 part. I've been going ham on GT3 because, you know what, I've been sort of in the mood to play GT3 recently. Just for some odd reason. Maybe it's the hype for GT7, but I just have an itch to knock out these championships. The driving's peaceful, so you know what, I don't mind. Plus we get to drive actually some of the fun cars, so we're gonna be driving a lot of GT3. So we need this extra time to knock it out. Hey Ari, I'm doing great. Had a long week, but I'm glad it's the weekend. And see, we got plenty of people in the chat. Leon, Omani, F8. Let's play some gamer. So we are we're pretty stacked tonight, so I think I'm going to start the timer. Let's get right into it. So, alright, next part of our playthrough. And we're in the home, because we already have the car that I'm going to drive. Scroll way up. We got the Dorito Boy, Mazda 77B, my favorite race car of all time. Finally get to drive this beast. We're going to be spending a lot of time with her because, well, we got our next series to go. So we're going to get some upgrades. Why did I go for turbo? You can't turbo this thing. Actually, you can. I will keep that in mind. I meant to go to tires to buy some tires. Start with super slicks. Buy the slicks in case we get bored. And my dream car when I was a kid used to be this car, actually. Let's see. I thought you could have bought the N8s too, though. Oh well. So the only upgrade we could do is the turbo. And it's dirt cheap. I am gonna buy it. Do I really want to use it though? I'm gonna buy it and hold on to it. I'll try the first race without it and see if it's worth it. You know what, since we spent so little money, I'm just gonna go right ahead and buy medium slicks, even though I'll probably never use it. But I just want that full range of tires available for us because there's some long races we want to pick out, and I have no idea how tire is. I did no preparation for this series, so here we go. Just making sure there's absolutely nothing I can buy. Yeah. Race cars, it's kind of limited. I guess even though I've done no mileage, I will top this off with an oil change. Can't go wrong with that. We're gonna need it. On to the professional league. This championship, I've always dreaded this when I was younger. I've only ever done this championship once, and that was only like a few years ago. It's the Professional Gran Turismo All-Stars. It is the first huge championship in this series, and by huge I mean extremely long distance. You get a nice crisp 50,000 credits per race win, so it's going to make us a lot of money. And all I'm going to say is I hope I get a bunch of prototypes, because this better be worth it. If you're going to be racing for a while, I want a good AI seed, so I might actually refresh this if I don't like the AI seed. Alright, we got the GT1, R390, and the Panos. So no second 787V, but you know what? We are in that 787V, so I like to take that as the challenge. So I think I'm pretty happy with that. The Panos is not going to be that much of an issue. And I think we'll stick with that then. Alright. So I'm gonna try this race without the turbo. I will talk about GT7. Give me some time. We got plenty of stuff to do. Yeah. We're just gonna go super slicks. No extreme anything just yet. I want to see how hard this series is. 15 laps. Spoiler, pretty much every race is 15 laps in this series, so these are going to be some long boys. So, get comfy. Enjoy Dorito Boy. Oh man, I love the sound of that car. Let me know if the audio is okay, like you can hear me speaking and you can hear the car. Let me also get used to driving this car without any driving aids, because when I was younger, I would drive this car with at least traction control, but I've been doing this whole playthrough without it. So far, so good. So what are my thoughts on the GT7 state of play? Well, one thing I will say is I was very surprised that PlayStation actually gave a state of play just for GT7. It's, you know, it's really nice to see that people actually care about GT7. I actually think that is a bit too loud. I will drop that down a bit then. 77V is by nature a loud car, so I'll drop it down like a couple decibels. Let me know how this is. Important to hear this car. So this is the best sounding car in existence, I'd argue. That's a Spinella, well, half Spinella. Now, these prototypes are fully upgraded. And the reason I chose stock was to give myself a challenge, because if I was fully upgraded, the Jag is passing Toyota GT1. Wow, that's a shock actually. I would actually think the Panos would be the next up car in line. There you go. I'm going to stick with third gear, because it seems to be a pretty stable gear. But yeah, GT7 state of play. It's nice that we actually got a full event for it. And the actual trailer was, I'd say, pretty good. Let's see if the GT1 spins. Oh, I think he did a full turn. Yup, he's done a full Spinella. The wide body kit animation, yeah, that's my favorite part of the trailer, to be honest. That and the demonstration with the weather and time and the stars. We got a science lesson about how clouds work, which is totally polyphony. That is 100% something I'd expect to see in a GT7 event. So we're still hanging out in second place, but I actually think we are keeping with pace of the R390, which is a good thing. I do think I'm going to probably knock on the turbo, because this track, the AI are sort of slow in, and on other tracks I might need that extra power. Also, I have no idea how tire strategy is with this car. The tire wear was really low with this car in the GT World Championship. I haven't driven it myself, so let's see. That's why I bought multiple tire ranges, so I could see what can I push so that if I was doing a one stop it would be good. Corvette C8 Z06 sold for $3 million. That is bonkers. You're going to be able to buy that car for like $100 grand in a few months, or whenever they decide to release that. Also note we have fresh oil and we're stocked. But once we use up this car, our horsepower is going to decrease. So I have high expectations. No, my expectations are exactly the same. My whole thought since the first reveal trailer was GT7 was going to be GT Sport, essentially, or at least GT Sport's platform with a single player, and that appears to still be the case. I said that a lot of the community would probably be disappointed because it's typical GT fans who don't know what they want, or just want a GT4 again with a fresh coat of paint. But I welcome GT7. I like GT Sports driving, and you know, with an actual single player with prize cars and progression and all that jazz that GT's known for, I would like that. I do wish like the racing with the AI was a bit better. Everyone always complains about the AI, and I don't really like the follow the rabbit sort of thing we've had since GT6. I like the grid starts. What's up, Subin? Yeah, Radical's added. GT7 is nice. We also got the Ferrari Testarossa, and the Ferrari F12, and the F8 Tributo, but we knew about the F8. Pretty much all the tracks are known. Most of the cars are known, at least for launch. But we do know that, predictably, just like GT Sport, there's going to be updates where they add cars to the lineup and tracks to the lineup. Wait, are we about to lap somebody? Oh, thanks R390. You know, I wanted to actually pass you on track, but, you know, you could just spin out. That's cool. Yeah, sometimes the AI is, you know, good, challenging, and sometimes the AI does that in this game. And that's sort of the deal with GT in general. So I think we're going to probably pass the Altezza unless the Toyota had a lot of accidents. Or, wait, is that the Pinos actually? I could barely tell. It's something silver. I think that's the Pinos actually. I know the Pinos is probably, you know, similarly prone to having handling issues. Yes, it is the Pinos. He spins on the corkscrew. Man, AI are just doing all sorts of trolling. So the goal today is to do 5 races today, 5 races tomorrow. I hope to knock this out in 2 streams. Looks like the Pinos parked at the finish line again. My lead has gone from 5 seconds to 15 one lap. One thing about the GT7 State of Play is it didn't really tell us. They told us like a lot of the cool features that are in the game, like the weather effects and the graphics, what they've done with like bringing back GT Auto and how you buy a car. They didn't really tell us like and show us how the actual single player format's gonna be. We know license tests are back, but is it gonna be like a license required event like the older games, or is it gonna be sort of like GT6 where licenses weren't as huge of a deal? Or GT5, I should say. I noticed the level is back. I don't really know much about that Mustang. Yes, 650. I have not looked into it. I have not played Horizon 5 yet. I've been waiting for it to go on a big sale. And so far that just hasn't happened. Pinos is pitting immediately. And the Jag. one thing about the GT7 is people are confused about the music rally and the music replay. I think the music rally is like a nice chill game mode. It's basically an arcade style, checkpoint based countdown race just with music. I don't know if I can enjoy that on stream because of copyright music and such, but I think that'll be really chill. And then for the music replay, supposedly the game automatically changes replay angles based on the beat. And all I gotta say is I really hope you can connect your Spotify or something so that you can play music and have the replay sync up to your own music. That'd be really cool. So I still have thoughts on Solar Crown, Test Drive Solar Crown. I mean, I haven't changed at all. Literally nothing has changed to my thoughts this week. It's all kind of fallen as expected. All I will say is just Solar Crown is not, really affected by how GT7 does. Solar Crown is directly going to be compared to Forza Horizon 5. So, I don't know what to say. Looks like someone's parked on turn 4. Yeah. We're going to be lapping, I think, the whole grid here. What's up, Jaguar? So what do you mean by a Forza game beat a Gran Turismo game? You mean like in sales or player count? I mean, I would attribute that just to it being on Game Pass. Any game that gets Game Pass day one is just going to have all the Game Pass players on it. I don't know. But yeah, Horizon 5's doing the best that series ever's done. We're lapping the Pinos again in, I think, 3 laps. I'm going to make sure it doesn't spin out in the corkscrew this time. Already managed to lap the Pinos. It did pit, though. And is that the GT1 I'm about to lap? And the R390. The Jaguar is in 2nd place. Spinalla. Oh, well, 2 Spinallas. So the Pinos and the R390 both have hard spins. Here's the Altezza I'm lapping for the first time, which I think has passed the R390. This race is a mess. I'm glad the other AI 770 is not in here, because that would probably not be making a single mistake. I think Forza Motorsport's on its last legs. Motorsport 8 will do whatever it does, and then I think that will be the end of the series. I helped the AI stay on track, yes. I'm fellow assistant. Let me try to make this TSO 20 not spin. I tried to do it. You know what? He didn't spin. I'm taking credit for that. What's up, Rio? How you doing? So it looks like we're gonna no-stop this race, which, man, super slicks. So overpowered. It's so weird, because, on normal pace, I'm just, lagging behind the TSO20 a little bit, because he's got more power than me. But, just driving clean, tortoise in the hair sort of thing. Except not really. Why does he brake so early for the corkscrew? He's scared? Is this the Jag I'm coming up on? Looks like someone is out at the pit entry. Oh no, the R390 is completely parked at pit entry. Look at that. barely keeps it on track. The GT1 might actually end up passing the Jaguar if he doesn't wipe out. Yeah, this race is fun for the viewers, I will say. I'm like relaxed driving, obviously because I'm over a minute ahead, but I just want to witness all of this chaos. You know what? We are catching the Jag. Which, to the Jag's credit, it was keeping up on pace with the GT1 before all the mistakes. Yeah, when GT Planet says, hey, make the AI good again, it's like, is this what you meant? Again, corkscrew. AI underperform at the corkscrew. Such a weird thing. Let's just like hang out behind the Jag and see if he spins out. Nope, he keeps it calm and collected. Well, GT1, do another signature tail whip. Well, Forza 8 has at least another year and a half before that's going to come out. If it doesn't get a delay. Ooh. Trying to make a clean pass, even though I'm just lapping the Jag. Ooh, goes wide, but he's bailed out by the wall there. So now I've lapped the entire field. In the whole race distance. And now it's just all up to, will the GT1 catch the Jag? Or spin out? Then will I catch anyone else in the field who's like run loose? Lambo and Ferrari in the month. Ooh, they're neck and neck. That's actually pretty interesting. I won't be able to see the tail end of it unless I park. But I hope that Jag holds on to second place. That'd be really cool. That'd be a combo I wouldn't be expecting. And that would help me in the points tally, because I'm sure the R390 and GT1 are going to get it together in other races. Oh, looks like I'm just watching the top of the track. They're coming together. I think the GT1's about to make a pass.
Don't they know I'm busy spoiling myself?
Drift. The car now. 6 months. Thank you very much, Karna. Appreciate it. We're gonna let the Panos in the pits one last time. And race 1 is go. I think the GT1 just got the XJ at the very end there. Yep, he did. The Altezza came in 4th. Hey, at least I got that. Yeah. R390 2 laps down. I lapped? Oh yeah, I lapped the R390 again in the pits before. That's right. Yeah. Crazy stuff. So wow. First blood goes to me, and also the GT1 in the AI Championship. I would have not expected this points tally at the start, that's for sure. BMW V12 LMR in this game. It is not. I think it first entry was GT4. Alright, I'm gonna save the replay camera for another race. Yeah, R390 had too many mistakes. Alright, so what's the next track? Oh, Deep Forest. I'm dropping the tires. And you know what? I'm keeping it stock for now. Alright, so let's try to do this whole race on slicks. Drop it one compound and just see how it does. Do we have a bit more grip? Who knows? Let's find out though. I don't think the power will make a huge difference here, despite, you know, a lot of the track being full throttle. I make a way through the AI. I don't know if they're going to be as mistake prone in this as they were in Laguna Seca. Now we're running Big 3. See a stock 77B. Don't even need the turbo. Yeah, that Jag was really good off the line. I mean, that Jag was... I was rooting for that Jag in the last race. It was keeping it on the racing line. Not spinning. Doing everything a racing driver should do. We're side by side with the R390. This would be a great replay shot. Alright. Oh man, that 1,000 horsepower. I think the R390, you can look it up on the GT, the wiki, but, I think the AI here, the R390 and the GT1, both have 1,000 horsepower. So, my oil change boy is struggling in a straight line. But as long as we can keep up with them and then, you know, not have pit stop shenanigans, should be good. Well, Toyota's had next to no competition, but once we get some actual manufacturers, which starting this year, Peugeot's going to be back, you know, it'll be interesting to see how the competition folds up again. Because Toyota couldn't win until Porsche and Audi left. Just saying. But yeah, Toyota's probably going to win this year since they've been chill and they've had all the time to prepare. Look at how fast I get smoked in a straight line, but they brake so early. Just like in the virtual Le Mans, right? Verstappen had, you know, he was like leading the race, dominant, and then he just crashed out. Anything could happen at Le Mans. Just saying. 2016 happened. Yeah, Forza 8 might be the end of Forza Motorsport. I think already Horizon has been the main game since I'd say Horizon 2, really. The first time was when Forza Motorsport 5 didn't do very well and Horizon 2 knocked it out of the park. Since then, Horizon's been what everyone talks about. So I actually feel no difference in grip with the slicks versus the super slicks. And you know, I can't do a comparison with lap times really. The car is same difficulty to drive as it was on the last race. I am more confident in third gear now though. Although I don't really need to use second gear at all in this race. Yeah, I'm excited for 2023 endurance season. Some actual manufacturers back and Ferrari's actual like first chance to win Le Mans since like the 60s. Also in racing news today, we got our first F1 reveal. We had the livery for the Haas this year. but not the actual car. It's the demo car with the 2022 livery. And you know, my honest thoughts is the 2022 Haas is, as an American, I'd say garbage, absolute trash again. I know some people say the livery's clean, and yeah, clean livery is one thing, but you know what I don't see in the livery is sponsors. That's why it looks clean. It's because there's no sponsors on there. Because Haas can't get sponsors because, you know, they got Mazepin running the team. So, I'm not a fan of it, and a lot of people online aren't really a fan of livery either, to be honest. I think Haas are going to be a disappointment again. They've been, you know, going all eggs in for this year, but it's like, what have you really got cooking? Mercedes have sort of revealed their car. They've revealed silhouettes and like a, you know, blacked out carbon version of it. But I think their actual livery is not next week, but the week after, I think. The week after is that first session of preseason. Oop, half spin there. And notice my front right is not doing too hot. Not even at half distance yet. I might need to pit, but you know what, that's not an issue since the AI I know are going to pit. I just realized, like, is the Super Slicks that much, like, better in grip, or in wear, versus the regular Slicks? Yeah, Aston Martin picked up Aramco as the title sponsor. I don't know how Seb feels about that, given his environmental stance. The thing with the GT7 is, just like my initial impression is, it doesn't seem to have a cutthroat simulation mode breakout like the other GT games did. It's just kind of all be there in like a sort of hybrid between a GT mode and GT Sports menu. The best GT to start as a newcomer, I'd say either of the PS2 games really. GT3 and 4 I think are really beginner friendly. And you know what, I think GT4 is my answer. Not because it's not even just the best game, it's just, it's so much like content in one package. You can just get lost in the photo mode, the replays, challenges, driving missions, the races, the car list. I'd say GT4 is the way to go. I mean, I think any of them are a good place to start, really, but GT4, yeah, it's where it's at. GT5, I'd also say, hugely underrated in the series. Huge, huge underrated. Everyone likes to diss it as saying it lost its edge, but I disagree. I think if you look past the level system and dead servers, I'd say it's one of the most complete games in the series. There's so much content in there. GT7 is on the PS4. There's a PS4 version. It's coming out on both PS5 and PS4, just like Spider-Man and the next God of War game, and you know, a handful of other titles that released. Fun little fact. For some reason, if you pre-order the PS5 version, you get a code for the PS4 version that you could redeem. And before you ask me to give my code away, sorry, but I'm not going to do that, because that means I'd have to pick somebody to give it to. And I have a friend who wants the game, so I'll just have that person have it. But yes, there is a PS4 version. So if you have a PS4, you could play the game. I think the only difference is going to be the loading times and the graphics, obviously. But I think it's the exact same game. I mean, I have the PS5 version. I pre-ordered the PS5 version, obviously. I almost just dove into the pits right there. Although, you know what? Pitting is not that bad of an idea right now. I mean, like, here's my advice for you. If you have a PS4 and not a PS5, go right ahead and get the PS4 version. If you don't have either system and you're unsure on the system to pick up, then it comes down to, is it worth it getting a PS5? Because one thing I think people tend to forget about the PS5, especially the disc version, it is fully backwards compatible with the PS4. So it's almost like you're buying two systems. Because that way then you can experience the vast majority of the PS4 library and the brand new games that come out. So, you know, if you have the money and you find a PS5 in the wild, I would recommend actually scooping it if you don't have either system. Yeah, GT7 I still feel like is missing a lot from their car list. I would love to see NASCAR return. I'd love to see actual Formula 1 return. Yes, it looks like the Mercedes is coming back from 2017, but that's just one car. I wish we had the F1 cars from like this game, for instance. This game stacked you with F1 cars. So many. It was actually just a really cool secret feature. So I wish they brought that back. GT5, we sort of had that with the two Ferrari F1s and the Formula GT, but Ferrari F1s, for some licensing reason that Ferrari doesn't want to explain, you can only use the F1 cars against each other. And you couldn't race them in regular career mode. So he asked if I would rather have the Series X or S. That's a tricky question, because normally I'd always say disc every time, so Series X. But thing is, like right now, my setup is PS5 and PC. All the Microsoft exclusives I plan to play on PC, which is effectively the digital version. So in the same sort of way, the Series S is like a cheap PC. And a Series S with Game Pass is a pretty solid deal, I must say. However, for game longevity, you know, thinking 10 plus years in the future, that Series X is going to be huge. Because the disc drive, they're still releasing games on disc for Xbox. You can still pick up a Forza Horizon 5 disc for Series X. And you know what? I have a feeling that that's going to be really valuable. Is Indianapolis and GT7? It has not been revealed. I feel like that would be a track they're going to be bringing back at some point. Maybe if they add NASCAR, they'll bring back Indianapolis or something for Brickyard. Not 100% sure. But, yeah. Not confirmed. Just Daytona. But think about the next generation NASCAR. Well, I don't really follow NASCAR that much, but I will say I think the Camaro and the Mustang were really good fits for NASCAR. They turned out nicely. Now it makes the Camry look weird. They should have done a Supra. So I'm going to try to get to the end of the race on this tire set. I thought this would wear faster, but we're making it alright so far. Lap times have dropped a bit, but I don't think it's really worth pitting. Am I about to lap the GT1 again before anything else? The GT1's making mistakes again. Where? And I don't remember if I lapped the Panos and all that. I would think I did. Because yeah, the R390 was a minute 5 ahead. And the lap time is a minute 6. Or sorry, the R390 was 55 seconds back. My lap time's a minute 6, so actually I don't think the GT1 is in last. I think it's actually the third place running And I just lapped everybody in the pits. Unless this entire group is ahead that I'm about to come up on. Yeah, Pikes Peak is in a weird spot because GT owns the license for Pikes Peak, and yet we've seen nothing with it. I feel like they're going to do some grand reveal where the Escudo comes back and they have Pikes Peak with it in an update. We'll have to wait and see if that ever actually materializes. Yeah, here's the rest of the group where we have the Panos and the Jag. I don't know... Okay. No, we're diving into the pits. Let me just lap the GT1 here. My lap times are falling off. But the last lap and I'm a minute ahead, so I'm not really worried. Plus it seems like we are still actually outpacing the R390 with worn tires. Maybe not at fast of a rate as you'd like. Alright, race 2. All done. So let's see how those results turned out. Ooh, it's going to be interesting. So, is the Altezza going to pass the GT1? The GT1 is sitting in the pits right now. It's not. It was already 2 laps behind. Okay. Wow, XJ220 fell off hard. Going from a 2nd place contender to 6th place. The Altezza actually had a good race, coming in 4th again. The unsung hero getting 6 points. Fair enough. That's another 50k in the bank. Let's get that replay shot here, since we have some time. Take a break to read chat. Yeah, Pagani Huayra R. That's my new favorite hypercar, by the way, guys. Just because of the sound. I forgot that it's like the Zonda R sort of, but for the Huayra, but it's insane. The sound is awesome. Ooh, some nice replay shots that I could use for streams, maybe. I mean, a V12 Lambo, can't go wrong with that. I think the Huracan sounds amazing though. But that's because I love the V10s. The Vetster also sounds pretty sick. Alright, I wanted to see if we can get a side-by-side shot with the R390. Let's see if GT allows us a shot. I was hoping like we'd get a special replay camera in GT7 where we could like customize the shots maybe. Please, side by side. That one's not so bad, but I feel like it's gonna get lost in the FPS of the stream. Like it looks good on my screen, but in the recording it's gonna look all blurry because of motion blur and all that. That wasn't a bad shot with the GT1 in the back even. Ooh, this should be good. I'm just waiting to get that pass. Not a bad shot. We're just watching replays here. I'm just on that hunt for the perfect replay shot. Should I give up? Oh, this one could be good. I will use this somehow. I'll use this footage somehow. Ooh, dive bomb. Yes, yes, that one. Absolutely that one. Let's just see if we get one more in the last turn. Okay, I already know what I like. I'm using that turn in the thumbnail. We have our winner. Okay. Race 3. What's it gonna be? Midfield. Another fast track, but do I need the turbo? I have a stupid idea, but let me try something. Let's drop the tire compound a bit and slap the turbo on. I want to see how this works. I think the power will bail us out, but I think we're going to one-stop this race. It's a shame they didn't bring this track back to GT7, because they remade this track for GT6 and then never did anything with it. Look at how fast that thing accelerates now. It just completely blew the Altezza out of the water. Now this thing's gonna have turbo lag. Which GT Sport, or not GT Sport, GT7, yeah, I mean GT7's GT Sport, same game. There's an anti-lag system, which is gonna be interesting. Everyone goes wide, including myself actually, but wow, everyone went wide. Okay, maybe I didn't need the turbo. I didn't realize everybody would go out. I forgot this is midfield where everybody likes to drive off track. This corner's a real killer. Nobody actually full spun though. Or actually wait, maybe the Panos did because it's way in the back. So we were getting close to top speed right there. R390 like coming up and then he goes wide again. Too bad they're too fast for the other AI to catch up and drive a smooth line. I think everyone likes the Murcielago. Good old turbo lag. What's up, Rob and Lisa? Yeah, we're pretty much hitting top speed there. I think top speed's 217 miles an hour in this thing, so even with the turbo, it doesn't change the gear ratio. You have to adjust it. I watched John Kari. I have not. I recently binged the zombie show, All of Us Are Dead. That was interesting. Not as good as Squid Game, though. The Reddit mod that was on Fox News, yes, the anti-work mod. That was, I talked about this last week, but that was the most, like, stereotypical Reddit moment you could come up with. I'm trying to see if I could actually hit that top speed before we get up the hill. We're just too far. Need to get, like, a perfect exit out of the last turn. But yeah, that was definition of cringe. think maybe the funniest part of that whole anti-work interview was that the actual interviewer didn't need to even say any like argument deconstructing questions. It just kind of self-destructed on really just some surface level info. Okay, this is a good exit. Let's see if I can get top speed here. .214 again. I think that's going to be the most I will hit until I like spin out here. Just because of the uphill. I mean, we're going to hit top speed in the test course race. I saw that there. And I'm going to bump up the gear ratio so that we don't lose it. Big drift. I'm going to pit on lap 8. That's in the Countach 2020. I think, or 2022. I think it looks like a Centenario, to be honest. Centenario and a Sion mixed together. It sort of has a Countach look. I don't know, the Countach is so 80s, 70s and 80s. That, it's hard to modernize that car without losing what made the Countach so good. We used eBay all the time. I've done a lot of retro shopping on eBay. And it's pretty good. I mean, you guys just use logic, right? Don't get scammed. Check the seller. Check the ratings. Make sure the reviews are legit. And just use, like, reasonability. Like, would somebody sell this item for this cheap or something like that? If I can full throttle this downforce. I mean, sort of. Yeah, the Countach 25th anniversary, I think that's the best version. It's just like a perfect send-off. Yeah, Diablo SP is my favorite Lamborghini ever. Mostly because of nostalgia. It was in my first racing game, Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit. I drove that car all the time. I have a die-cast model of it sitting right above my bed. It's a great car. It's such an icon of the 90s. It's so 90s. With the pop-up headlights and just the boxy flare. Here's the Jag and the Panos hanging out again. They're so far apart in race 1 and now they're like right there in race 2. They both pit at the same time too. I mean, I think the Countach 2022, as a car, it looks good. I wouldn't call it the Countach, but I see where they're coming from. I just pressure that Altezza to go off track. Hope I didn't ruin his race there. Get some Hot Wheels cars. I buy video games on eBay for the most part. I'm going into the pits because my tires are sort of worn. And I wanted to try the experiment with the turbo to see how tire wear was. Nice little slide in there. No, I think the Diablo's look was perfect. I mean, you're a sports car in the 90s. If you don't have pop headlights, you're getting beat up at the lunch table. That's a fact. You gotta understand, like, pop-up headlights are a product of their time. They were only popular for, you know, just the 90s pretty much. And then I think they've aged really well because cars don't have pop-ups anymore. Keeps the look clean when it's, you know, light outside. And then they get a nice little flare when it starts to rain or it's nighttime. Nature enthusiast, welcome to the stream. Little slide there. I'll try to go for a sub 101. Alright, not the best exit, but oh well. Pretty good so far. It's my beef with Asphalt 8. I don't find it fun anymore. Lost its competitive edge. Just haven't been interested in playing it simply. I found the car grinding way too boring nowadays. Right, there you go. I wanted a sub 1 and I got it. Could probably push for a sub 59 with like a, you know, cleaner lap. Maybe we could try for it. Although I'm running out of laps. This corner is so hard to figure out. It's like you get so much turbo lag here. And then you gotta make sure you don't touch the gravel. In this corner, you gotta brake suspiciously early. And then rely on downforce and mechanical grip at the same time. Trying not to spin out there. I have to put my foot down. Have the money? Yeah, of course. I would pick up a Diablo SV in real life. Absolutely. That car is riddled with mechanical problems and stuff, but you know, if you have the money, you could fix anything. Yeah. I mean, if you had unlimited money, technically you could buy every single car in the universe and you wouldn't have to make that decision, but you know, that is certainly a car I would add to my collection. If I was a car collector. Finally gonna lap the GT1. Excuse me. Yeah, Smart Vulcan's not even a good car in Asphalt 8 anymore. It's just been outpaced by the pay-to-win cars. Ooh, I could have had a good slipstream opportunity to hit top speed there. Your fastest lap. Not the sub 59 I'm looking for. I feel like I need a slipstream to get that. That was a good exit. Not squander this. Thanks, Jag, for ruining my lap. Appreciate it. Before we got punted by the R390, I think. You know what? Karma. Alright, well, I got one chance to get a sub 1 minute, but I don't think it's going to happen. My tires are starting to wear out. Yeah, the RS5 I plan to, actually buy in real life. Not with, if I had the money, would I buy it? Like, I plan to actually obtain one in the sort of future, the near future-ish. All depends. I'm kind of confused on how to progress through. Like, do I prioritize buying a house first, or do I get my car? The car is going to be cheaper. The house gives us more opportunities. Actually, the 77B sound is very slightly different on both GT4 and 5. It's just this car sounds so good on both games. Yeah, Rockstar finally confirmed that they're developing a new GTA. They say the next entry in the GTA series, so not technically GTA 6, but it's gonna be GTA 6. So, we win again. Another usual suspects at the front. The Altezza is doing a lot better than I would have predicted it at 4th place. But yeah, we've already opened up a pretty big lead in the championship. I mean, I would think Rockstar would make sure that GTA 6, becomes the #1 seller again. GTA Trilogy was just a lazy port at already existing IP, but to make actual brand new ones, they have to put an effort. And they've had 9 years so far, and counting. It's going to take longer than that to get that game out. Alright guys, I think it's rubber band time, because if I remember correctly, yes. Okay, so I'm gonna write down these settings first in my phone so that I remember. Alright, so downforce is 7491. We're gonna drop that all the way down. Level 36. I feel like we have the power to actually... Let's do 46 and see where that's at. And let's obviously put on the Super 6. Yeah, test course time. Rubber band. Save my controller. Alright, let's go. I don't think it's going to be a super close race, but let's see. Alright, see ya, Ari. We're going to start in 2nd gear right away. Oh man, this is going to be a long year. Just hopefully I've just nailed this correctly. I only have 5 years. Oh, this is going to work. This is going to work. Oh man. We're doing 250 on the curves. I'm actually going to slow down a bit so I can pick up that slipstream. .277. I think that is the fastest we have ever done in this game. Maybe the Lotus got a bit faster, but 277, guys. That is a win in my books. Yeah, we are smoking this, because I believe the GT1 and the R390 are doing 250. But that's on the straight. But we could do 270 on the straight. And 260, I think, without the slipstream even. Wow. That is crazy. Yeah, this thing's fast. You just unleash the gear ratio. That's all you need. So yeah. I used to love these test course races as a kid because I just spend hours, and I mean hours, just trying to get the fastest top speed in anything. I never actually wanted to slipstream race because these races are so long, and it's literally like just top speed, who has the fastest top speed. So you have to either match the AI perfectly with your gear ratio and just create like an arbitrary race, or you end up, you know, either losing out or dominating. So my approach is just, well, might as well dominate it, go as fast as the car physically can. And I think, you know, minus some very small gear tweaks, this is the best we can do with the SnakeEater. Obviously a fresh oil change would make the difference, but, you know, I like it. And then sometimes you get a rare gem, like the Tuscan Challenge. That was the best race I've ever done on test course. The best race I ever will do. I got lucky there, picking the gear ratio. Yep, minute 30. Someone math that out. That's like 23 minutes or so. Alright, chat. For everyone who's still here, you want me to put on some tunes, some video game OSTs, perhaps? Will the car do a wheelie? I don't think you can wheelie the Mazda without cheat codes. Can on other cars though. Do it with the wheelie with the vertigo from what you've heard. Well, a fate. Let me ask you, let me put you on the spot. Did you happen to watch a YouTube video made by some 14-year-old who showed how to do a vertigo wheelie? Is that how you know that answer? Or was the kid actually 13 at the time? I don't even remember. Slowly increasing our lead. And I wonder who that is stuck at the top of the ring. I think that might be the Altezza. What's up, Marcoli? How you doing? Did you happen to watch that video from 14-year-old Lucas about the Gillette Vertigo? That video is so bad. I literally cringe at that. I remember when I made that video, I was sick. I had like a bad cold or something. My voice was shot. And, you know, it's just like that early commentary. And, you know, you look back and it's kind of cringy. But then you realize, like, I was only 2 years away from when I started streaming. And I've been streaming for 6 years now. FH1 stream. No? Do you mean now? Eating Mr. Beast chocolate. No. Does he have a chocolate line now? I haven't really kept up with the Mr. Beast food line. I think FM8 will be the end of the FM series. I think so. Or at least it will be the last Forza Motorsport until the next Xbox console. Nothing but X all the way. We actually have... I'll show my setup while I'm... Whoa! Oh! Why did I try to do that? I was trying to turn while showing the river vent setup and I accidentally went the wrong way. Oops. Oh, there goes our consistent 131s. See, I was trying to turn left as I turned my controller around, but I had a brain fart and turned it right. I was trying to show you guys that I had the rubber band set up on the right analog stick, and I just kind of did that. A good thing I was holding a good lead there. Didn't really kill my tires that much. There, whoever was asking for that Mark Webber, there you go. Yeah. I mean, Rio in general, on the PS2, the whole playthrough I use R2 to accelerate, just like, you know, a modern racing game's control, because my thumb cannot hold down X for more than an hour before it starts to get, like, really sore. But the triggers, no issue. And the triggers are a little bit tricky to get the pressure sensitivity, but I've figured it out. I've been driving with R2 for years now. Yeah, McLaren went from, we might be selling the team in a few years to, you know, they're doing pretty well. If they were trying to, there's still that rumor that they'd be bought by Audi, but I think they're in good hands right now. Who's this? The Altezza? Yes, it is. Don't really get much of a slipstream off of him. I don't think he's going that fast. Entering on Switch full throttle next week for Asphalt 9. Full throttle season. Yeah. I don't even know what the seasons are anymore. I think this next one's like the second British season or something like that. And it's not, the car list is nice, but not really that appealing. Yeah, they discontinued the Xbox One last year. I thought it was last year, not 2020. But, you know, that's just the, you know, their transition to a new console era. I mean, the thing with the Xbox is, like, you could still play Xbox One games on a Series console. And you could put your Xbox One discs in a Series X, so it kind of makes sense for them to stop making the old console. And, you know, Sony, just because of the pandemic, the reason they're still producing PS4s. You're back, James X. Wait. The GT1 actually pitted. I'm surprised he ran out of tires. That's going to take him out of the race against the R390. What's the point of that, Robin Lisa? Here's the thing, is if I actually drop dead tomorrow, I can't tell you if you are right or not. But you know, yeah, there's that. You know, we could die in an instant with like a solar flare hitting the Earth, just like that, or the what is it? That park in the Yosemite volcano erupting, or you know, nukes, right? Something like that, end all of existence, you know, just like that. We never even know it. Ooh, slipstream. Got a tip of slipstream right there. I don't even know what anything means anymore, guys. We're only at half distance. I'm gonna do a stream of Horizon 5 when I actually pick up the game. Yeah, I think so. One thing that does a little kind of concern me is last time I streamed Horizon 4, which was on PC, my PC was chugging. I could barely hold the game on medium for 60 frames per second, or 30 frames per second. I don't know how Horizon 5 is gonna be. But, alright guys. I'm gonna put on some tunes. So this is a mix of 90s and 2000s platformers. So right now, this is Ratchet and Clank. There's also like Spyro and Crash Bandicoot in here. Let me know if it's too loud. I'm actually gonna drop it down a bit. I don't know if the OBS levels. But I'm bored, and I want to listen to some music because we're only at half distance. Yeah, PlayStation bought Bungie. How about New York Times buying Wordle? I mean, it kind of made sense because Destiny was kind of like being overseen on PlayStation, right? But I don't think that's going to be huge. It's not like Sony bought Halo, but yes, they bought the studio that originally created Halo. I mean, I think I'm gonna build a PC as my next Microsoft purchase, if you want to call it that. I've been meaning to build a PC for 2 years now. It's just the supply shortage and the GPU market inflation has just been absolutely insane that I just like stopped wanting to build a PC. Music subscribe rated? I don't know. I don't really care though. If not, I can cut out this part of test course then. I don't think so. Unlike, so, on a separate, sort of related tangent. Have you guys seen what happened in, like, the Nintendo community? Gilvason, I think his channel's name is, received, like, 3,500 copyright blocks from Nintendo. But it's now starting to get revealed that it might not even actually be Nintendo copyright striking those videos. It's a troll posing as Nintendo. That's actually a huge deal. So I wish to buy a Hot Wheels Bugatti Veyron White Pearl 2002 version on eBay. I do not have any plans. So if you were trying to snipe one, go for it. I'm not going to steal it from you. Up in another car, I believe this is Tesla again. No slipstream again. We passed him in the same spot pretty much. Yeah, Troll's a huge douche. So yeah, I think these PlayStation soundtracks, I've played the PlayStation soundtracks before on stream, I've had no issues really. They're based. I actually think the real reason is because a lot of these PlayStation soundtracks are from a sample library, and they're just mixed. So that's how the composers of like Spyro and Ratchet make their music. The reason why I'm not interested in Hot Wheels Unleashed, not really. Just not really interested in it. Simple as that. Same reason I don't really play Elder Scrolls, for instance. I'm sure it's a great game, but I just haven't gotten the itch to play it yet. And the Hot Wheels also has a pretty bad DLC system. They have like 2 season passes now, and while some of the DLC is interesting, like they got a SpongeBob DLC, it's like way too expensive for a freaking Hot Wheels game. I'd be content with paying $20 or less for Hot Wheels Unleashed. Anything more than that, yeah, you got me lost. That's a game like I'd play like a couple times and then just forget about it. Yeah, I mean, I think most people prefer GT and Forza more because they're just better made games. They have, you know, lots and lots of love shown to them. And in an era where games are made for profit over quality, that's huge. So you're trading Hot Wheels. You think you're trading an Enzo. I forget if I own an Enzo Hot Wheels. It would be beat up if I did. I thought I had a yellow one or something. Yeah, in real life the engine would have... Well, but honestly, no. Because in real life, the 77B's engine was so good that the Mazda racing team claimed that it could do another 24 hours after the race with just an oil change. But yeah, we're basically running top speed for days. God, I love this song. This one's from Spyro 3. It's Fireworks Factory, and I think it's the best song in the game. I mean, this playlist I think is full of bangers, but I think just in the shuffle this one came up and I'm not complaining. GT1 fits again. 2 more laps, guys. Notice that my lap times are starting to fall. I don't even think it's just the tires, it's just my oil's deteriorating. We're gonna have the oil lamp come up. Probably the next race. I've done 100 miles already. Yep, there we go. I literally just called it. There it is. 107 miles when the oil lamp comes on. Of course, running it on test course. By the way, of those like 100 miles, I think 70 of those, if I'm reading the thing correctly, or 87 of those, coming from test course. Is that right? That 87? I think it's 88.2 miles so far in this session alone. Or we've done 189 miles. Yeah, see 190 now. I see. About 300k is km is an oil change. That's what I think it is. Favorite car from the JGTC category? I would say the NSX. I mean, as a kid, I loved the Arta NSX. That was my favorite car. It still is. The Autobacks. And that was the only reason, was because it was red. But I also really like the NSX in general now. But I'd say, honestly, all the JTTCs, at least the main ones, are pretty cool. I mean, outside of what you see in Gran Turismo, like the Diablo JTCC, there's a Ferrari 550 Maranello, I think. Some really cool, quirky cars. My favorite hypercar? Right now, my favorite hypercar is the Pagani Huayra R. I mean, of course, my favorite changes all the time, but that's gotta be my favorite right now. It's just so cool. The sound, the look. It's a perfect send-off for the Huayra. Although I don't know if they're officially done with the Huayra after the R. I think it's just another special edition that's just gonna slap. It's never been pitted, but we did not have to pit. Yeah, I'm hoping Maesto releases a Pagani Huayra R, although I don't think they have any Paganis on the lineup. I'd have to pay like a few $100s to get a 1/18 scale. Alright, test course done in 23 minutes, like I said at the start. Rubber band done. Sorry, right analog stick. One day this analog stick's gonna be dead from just all the rubber banding. Hayno gets 4th place. I believe it actually has a pretty high top speed at 225, I think. I'm not gonna wait for all the AI to come in though. Hey look, our 390's there. Let's troll him. Anyway. Cool. That was a long boy. I'm gonna pause the music for a second. I might bring it back on the next race. But yeah. Let's just watch this thing drive at the top speed. Yeah, that took a while. I would say the other races have been going pretty quickly. Because we're driving a prototype, obviously. Even the long lap count, it takes about as long as, like, you know, the 10 laps in a lower car. I just want to see this thing absolutely blast at 240 miles an hour. That thing just blitzes the camera. I love the test course angles because they're just so fast. Like, look at this thing. I think we're doing 250 at this point on the curve. It's just so fast. You know what? I want to get that run where it gets to 270. I don't know if it's going to show on the replay camera properly, but I want to see it. Do I think I'll finish GT3 before 7 comes out? I don't think so. We don't have that much content left, but I think if I had to predict, we're going to finish it in May. That's my prediction. I mean, right now I have an itch to play GT7, so I'm trying to grind it as much as I can. And by getting these championships done, that takes a good chunk out of it. Look at this, we're catching up. I think this is where we hit 277. Oh, just listening to that engine. It was definitely maxed out there. Let's bring that back. R2. Now, I'm going to save the game and I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. So, I'll be right back. I think we'll do 1 or 2 more races and then I'll call it a night. so we'll see. But I'll be right back. We're back. We're back. Alright. Next race. Apricot Hill. So let's put those settings back on. I think it was 7491. Let me just check on my phone real quick. Yep, 7491. We don't need the big gear ratio. And I think we were still on turbo and then super slicks. I think we're gonna stick with the turbo, so since the oil light went on and the AI are probably better on this track, let's keep with the turbo. Also because I don't want to replay these races if I lose. My oil lamp being on is a concern now. I think the YouTuber ProDrive did this series with a stock 77B, like completely stock. And he made it work, but ProDrive is a better driver than I am. NFT heist. Dude, NFTs are like... I feel like we talk about these all the time because each week they get more ridiculous. But yeah, in the next chapter of NFT drama, people are stealing them and then selling them. Which I still don't get. Like, once you steal somebody's NFT, how do you sell it for all these high values still? It's like a Ponzi scheme, sort of. I know there's the drama with Ice Poseidon launching a cryptocurrency, I think, which was freaking Ponzi scheme. So wow, even with the turbo, those R390 and the GT1 just blasted past. No regular six? No, I think I want to no stop this. I mean, I can win all these races on pit strategy, even with stock, I think. But, you know, the slicks, The Super Slicks? I can't really tell with performance differences. Drives the same way. Same amount of grip that I could feel. And the wear is really just that much, better. Whoops. As I freaking lose control. Oh, I'm driving complete trash. Okay, I should probably actually focus. Because if I make too many mistakes, then I won't catch them even with the pit strategy. Yeah, it's just like that FR challenge, right? Where I was trying to use the Cobra. The AI are just good on this track. Even with the turbo, it's a struggle. I don't think it's because of the oil lamp. Just brapping the engine. This car is tricky to drive on this track. Because if you put down the pedal too early with the turbo, you spin out. Just I want to carry so much speed into this before hitting the brakes, but you have to brake early. You don't get enough track to go slide. GT3, this was the big three in the community. The R390, 77B, and GT1. And that mainly just comes from this game, but in GT4, the big three would sometimes make an appearance, all three together. But the field spread would be a lot more in favor of 77B actually. The R390 got a huge nerf in GT4. And the GT1, while still good, it was outperformed by the modern LMP ones at the time, like the Audi R8 and the Pescarolo and the Bentley Speed 8 and the Sauber R92 CP. 77B still managed to keep up with tire wear and fuel efficiency and hang with the, the high-end Group C cars. Kind of like in real life. So we've managed to pass the R3 and GT1 kind of easily. I think the tires are starting to drop. The holy trinity of automobiles, yeah. That's the modern version, right? So, but then there's also like, you know, Subaru Impreza versus Mitsubishi Lancer. Or in F1, you know, you have Mercedes, Red Bull, Ferrari. Any movie or show I watched this month? Well, I said earlier, I watched All of Us Are Dead, which is a Korean zombie apocalypse show. And it was interesting. I binge watched that over 3 days. It was probably something I shouldn't have binged, considering it's a long show, but that happened. I saw the Matrix movie last month. I did not like it. And then, what else did I see? What did I seriously watch? I'm trying to think. American Psycho. I recently saw that movie for the first time a few weeks ago. That's because of the memes, and after watching it, it's like, okay, I see why everyone memes it. I had the money when I buy a Fire R. Duh. Can you even buy a Fire R though? I think there's only a single-digit amount of those in existence, and I have no idea who owns those, or if they're just driven by Big Annie just to show them off. Yeah, I mean, Pagani's are several $1 million a piece. Hondas and Huayras both. Like, I don't think you could find a single Pagani under $3 million. It's absolutely insane how much those things have shot up in value. Old and new. Even assuming if it was street legal, I don't know if you could even buy them. Like, are they even for sale, is what I mean. Maybe they're street legal in Italy. He knows we're lapping it. Almost a sub 110. I think Pagani's everyone's, you know, second favorite or favorite manufacturer from Italy. Like, you know, I'm a Ferrari fan for life, so. These guys hate Italians. They make pretty cars. Very pretty cars. Ooh, we're gonna get a big slipstream here. Almost hit top speed there. Nice, we got the grip on the curb. You gonna pick this up tomorrow? Yeah. I'll finish it in the morning. That was the plan. The plan tonight is to get as far as I can until I'm too tired. Which I think I actually might do one or two more after this one. what, I've been streaming since like 10:15, right? So we're almost 2 hours in, and we're about to hit the halfway point. This will take like, what, 4 hours? Also, we blasted the 109 range in that slipstream. Yeah, we're using manual gears. I'm using X and square to shift. You could see right, below the gear, there's the MT symbol. It would say AT if it was automatic. Oh yeah, we're gonna reach 69 hours. I don't know if we'll hit it tonight, but we'll definitely hit it tomorrow, and if not, tonight. I mean, it is 12 a.m., so definitely, technically, I could say today. 12:01 a.m., wow. Happy Saturday, guys. Four laps to go. At first I thought the races were going fast, and then test course happened, and now these feel like they're dragging on. Yeah, you could drive manual transmission in Need for Speed. I think all of the Need for Speeds you could choose it. I just never bothered with it because I always felt the gears were weird in Need for Speed. But then like the automatic gearbox kind of sucked in Need for Speed Heat. I had too many unintended shifts using the automatic. Especially when I was going around ramps. It was always annoying. Yeah, turbo supplied. If you see in the bottom right, you see the turbo spool next to the speedometer. It's the thing where I press the throttle, you can see it kind of spinning up, spooling up. That's the turbo gauge, and that only appears if you have a turbo applied. That's a really easy way to check. Or you just notice that when we hit 5th gear, it absolutely rockets to top speed. We also get that signature turbo toot toot when I drop the accelerator. Hear that? Yeah, it's still like that. Yeah, Kinex sound effect. Hey look, remember that GT1 that I was struggling to keep up with at the start of the race? I'm about to lap it. Plays best. We're streaming in 1080p, bro. Watching on a freaking flip phone. Like, literally the circle that's to the left of the speed. Like, y'all know what I'm talking about. It's this thing. The circle next to the speedometer. That's the turbo spool. Turbo gauge. It's hard to read it, I admit, even on my TV screen, but you can still see it's there. It doesn't show up if you have NA. I meant if you're watching on a flip phone, which has a tiny screen. I don't even know if you're old enough to know what a flip phone is. That was very boomer of me. But the R390 up ahead? No, it's a pay nose. And not to get bumped by the GT1. Oh yeah, the R390 is way ahead. It's weird, after the chaos that was Laguna Seca, the AI have definitely calmed down. Thanks for the bump. Alright, it's halfway through. We are at half pace on the championship. Esperante had a bad race. Jaguar getting 4th though. Pretty good. So how's the standing list? I think the R390 is starting to run away. 26 points. There you go. And the XJ and the Altezza are tied right now, so that's an interesting scrap. 2 million? 2 million credits. Very nice. Alright, let's do another one. And then I'll decide if I want to call it here. Because once I finish this series, if we have time tomorrow, or today, whatever, then we can maybe get a head start on All Japan. Alright, I think I'm going to do the same setup. Let's start it up. Rome circuit. This track is, I think, the same lap time. Another 20 minutes about. That was a little sloppy here. Eiffel Tower, the Coliseum, I mean, I've never been to Europe at all. I mean, I want to go, but I want to go for the racing reasons. I want to see the tracks. And try a bunch of food. I feel like if you go to Eiffel or Rome, there's going to be a lot of tourists there, so it might be hard to actually, like, take in the scenery. And yeah, if I go to an F1 race at Monza, of course it's going to be crowded, but the whole point of going to a sports event is to, you know, watch with other people. Actually, this lap's a bit longer than Apicardo. 120. That was a bit of a yeet. I'm just bumping every wall playing bumper cars. Yeah, AR quick, but I think the cars will drop off again as usual. GTR for president. The Nissan GTR. Oops, I bumped the wall again. I just keep bumping that wall. Yeah, maybe I'm getting a bit too tired. I think this will be the last race for today. Now, do you mean the Nissan, well, which generation Skyline? Or GTR? The R35? Or an older generation? What's up, Raul? Welcome to the stream. I can do a lap without bouncing off every wall. Welcome back, Jaguar. Gears are quick, but I'm slowly reeling them in. Yeah, I'm driving a little bit more consistent on this lap, but we'll pick them off. Get plenty of time to work with. Why I kept the turbo on though. I think it was more so the AI were just making a ton of mistakes on the Gunaseca. And then I took advantage of tire wear. Although, you know, with the stock car, I do think that it's more drivable. So the lap time difference might not be that much. Yeah, it's a bit more open space than Monaco. A lot more high-speed areas too. I mean, Europe in general has a lot of very narrow roads because they aren't very car-centric. Only on the purpose-built racetracks would a European circuit have a lot of space. But if you go to like an actual European city or look in Google Maps or something, roads are going to be, you know, single lane, lots of bike and walking encouraged rather than driving. Interesting going through the streets. That's why an area like Monaco is such a tight track in real life. It's because it's not a permanent track, it's the streets. Your European cities track. So in GT5 there is actually a Rome circuit, but it's not this one. It's a different iteration that, well, you know, hangs around the Coliseum. It's a different road. I think both are real roads though. Like this track is based on real roads in Rome, and so is the GT5 version. Yeah, it does look similar to Madrid too, but that's a different country. Finally we can pass in the GT1. I think I'll catch the after 90 in the next lap. Closer than I remember. I think if my lap times aren't even that good. Maybe it's maybe another 115. Yeah, the GT1's tires were starting to drop off, and I think the R390s are in a similar state. actually got through that section without hitting any walls. Yeah, GT3 will just be slower. But the car should be easier to drive, I say. Should. Give him a little love tap there. I'll let him get a full car length ahead and then I'll remake my move. Dive down the inside. There we go. Whoa, I got bumped. What's up with that? Dirty move. Actually pass. Had a bad turn one. Or did the AI kick in? I wonder if there. I mean, I don't think there's rubber banding. Like, there's no rubber banding. Then all of a sudden, they went from catching the AI to now he's at the same pace as me. You know, I don't know. He also still breaks really early. I'm also bumping walls again. Well, I think that the Panos were about to lap again. I'm just drifting with the R390. Meanwhile, what's up, Panos? Someone should try to win this series with the Panos. That probably should have been me, but you know, I'll leave that for another driver. Yeah, there shouldn't be rubber banding. Because look, now that I've like actually cleared the R390 properly. I mean, I thought he pitted, but you know, it's not a threat really. Yeah, he's 17 back. He did pit. Alright. Just a few laps to go. I'm certainly getting tired. See, we changed that guy from 17 seconds to 19 seconds. Bit of a tail whip right there. This is the part of the game where it starts to really drag. I mean, it's cool to have this kind of championship, but these races are too long and too many. I think it's like, it's not like we're at the tail end of the game. You still got to do all the endurances and the super license stuff, which thankfully there's not that many super license events, but we do have 3 really long championships in super license. So still lots of hours to go. And then of course there's the deal with endurances. Yeah. On top of the fact that I want to be like streaming mainly GT7 on the weekend, not that I'm going to hold this game back, but I think GT3 will only be night streams. You know, once GT7 comes out, because I want to be streaming GT7 mainly. 113, nice. At least with endurance races, you get to drive a variety of cars, and the most it takes is 2 hours. Not like 4 or 6 hours or something. No, we'll get to do some variety stuff, even if the races take a while. Thankfully, I think we only have to drive test course like 3 more times in this game, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'm gonna get the disc of GT7 delivered. I ordered it online. Yeah, SnakeEater definitely hit retro status. Last of Group C. Takes a lot of inspiration from the Porsche 962C, which to be fair, a lot of Group C cars did that back then. In general, just Group C endurance cars are just really cool. I think they're probably the most beautiful racing cars, you know, besides the 60s cars. But everyone likes to romanticize about the Group B rally cars, the Group C cars. And, you know, the 1980s racers are just really cool. They're from an era where maximum power, little regulations. It was before safety really took a huge priority, which, you know, obviously for the better in the long run, because, you know, less people die is a good thing. But, you know, these cars were murderous. Both the Group B and the Group C cars. But I don't believe the SnakeEater ever claimed the life. Good job, Mazda. Alright, final lap of the day, because I'm too tired to continue after this one. think the Alteza just picked off the XJ at the line right there. Yes, he did. The XJ didn't pit, he would have made it. Oh well. At least finished ahead of the Pinos. Anyway, that's another race done. Another 10 points. We are almost 30 points away, but that means if we win the next race, we guarantee the championship. There you go. Alright, I'm gonna save. Get the timer paused. We still have 4 races to go. So, I think, yeah, doing one more would save, 20 minutes tomorrow, but I'm just kind of tired to continue, so I think I'm going to call it a day, or call it a night. Get some rest. We'll pick this up in the morning. So, that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this night stream. And, yeah, we will finish this championship in the morning, so thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys pretty soon.